Hello Grape family, welcome to another weekly update video. I hope that you are all doing fine. Without further ado, let's get started with the video. Let's take a look at how Grape is doing. The price of Grape is sitting at $0.36 and we might see another dive to $0.35, which is the all-time low for Grape. With the launch of rebates and a massive bun, the price did go to $0.5, but then the rebates were stopped and hence the burning slowed down. Now the price is sitting at $0.36. I see this as a safe and healthy accumulation phase. Of course, not financial advice. Similar thing happened with wine where it touched its previous all-time low and now it's sitting at another all-time low. The price of wine is sitting at $29. If you have been watching the previous AMS or the recaps, you would know how valuable wine is. So I suggest you scoop some while they are cheap. Again, not financial advice. Various things like wine pool, revenue sharing, lending and borrowing is coming with wine. I suggest you watch the previous recaps. Let's take a look at the third token of Grape Finance. Well, technically the token of Winemaker, but yeah. The price is sitting at $0.003 after so long fluctuating between $0.005 and $0.004. This small sell-off could be because of panic, but I assure you that the game is working absolutely fine and as intended. People that are selling that vintage right now might need some later because of all the updates and tools that are coming. Also, please do not forget the fact that the tools now cost more in vintage and less in grape. So keep accumulating and keep sticking it in the vineyard to unwind. Let's take a look at how our lovely NFTs are doing. The floor price of the winery collection is sitting at 3.85 AVX. The floor of the winery collection usually fluctuates at 4 AVX. Again, we could see some significant moves with the launch of version 2 nodes. Consider this as a friendly reminder to scoop some up while they are cheap. Want to know alpha? If you are a holder of winery collection NFTs, then there might be chances that you will be able to borrow against those. The exact details are yet to be announced, but this is something that LB is working on. So fingers crossed. Alright, time to see how the wintners are doing. The floor price of the wintners are sitting at 1.75 AVX. With the small sell-off of the vintage token, we also saw a small dump in the floor price of the winters. Last week, the price of the winters was sitting at 1.95 AVX and it is just down a bit. Again, the floor is looking pretty thin, so it could be a good opportunity to buy some. There has been no confirmation by LB as of yet with the minting, so I guess we need to wait a few more days. Also, I forgot, the listing count has went up since the last time we talked. It was around 35 listed, but now there are 63 listed. But the floor is holding pretty good. At this point, there are so many utilities with Grape Finance that you sometimes forget to check on all of them. So speaking of utilities, let's see how the wine press is doing. Again, we saw an increase in total deposits. We are seeing an average 500 to 1000 LPs deposited every week. Right now, there are 10,700 wine meme LP tokens. In the last recap, we were below 10,000 LP tokens. So this is a good progress. In dollar terms, it's almost close to $150,000. If your wine is just lying in the winery, then I suggest you to take out some and put it in the wine press. This way you can generate rewards on your wine token and are also contributing to the liquidity in the process. Time to take a look at the Winemaker game. Winemaker game has been working perfectly and it has been burning a lot of grapes in the process. Now I would like you all to click on this Brewmaster tab. It is a calculator for the Winemaker game. It was created by one of our MVGs or most valuable grape. So shout out to CryptoNeo for building this. Okay, now I want to show a few updates that were shared by LB on our Discord. We now have a figure of how many total grapes were burned. A total of 58,000 grapes were burned through bonding of wine, and another 7,000 grapes were bought using the meme that was bonded. 215,000 grapes were taken out of circulation through the winter's mint. An additional 100,000 grapes were taken out of circulation through the minting of vintner tools. There's more. 191,000 grapes were burned through the winemaker skill upgrades. And lastly, 45,000 grapes were sent to the dead addresses using the fatigue resets. That's an astonishing 622,000 grapes that were burned in total. Now, as far as the other updates go, there have been two games, or I would say degen plays, launched by the Grape Finance. First one would be the roulette game, that is an addition to the casino game. For those that have extra grapes, it's time to wake up your inner degens. And the second edition is through a partnership, a coin flip game for grape by the Phantom House on Phantom. Use the links in announcement to play the game. You can either use your grape or your meme. Okay, that is all for the weekly updates. It's now time to recap the AMA. First up is the pack campaign. A lot of people asked when will the pack campaign resume. To be clear, the rebates in the pack campaign were stopped because we noticed that a bot was used to drain all the available wine and therefore giving out a huge portion of wine to one single player, which we want to avoid. So when can we expect the pack campaign to resume? In the AMA, it was mentioned that the pack campaign should resume this very week. Not only the rebates will be resumed, but LB has said that the launch of version 2 nodes will be this Thursday. But wait, there's more. There might be a possibility that we can see the launch of Xgrape 2. This is all for the pack campaign. Let's discuss Vinium now. Another small alpha was shared by LB that the wine holders will have some sort of revenue sharing from Vinium. So if you're watching this, you're one of the lucky ones, because most of the people aren't aware of this fact. So buy now when it's cheap and reap the rewards later. So you must be thinking, would you be able to borrow against grape or X grape? LB has said that he will see what can be used as collateral, either grape or X grape or both. I previously mentioned that if you are a winery collection holder, you would be able to borrow against them. LB has said that you may be able to borrow against your winery collection NFTs, but nothing is set to the stone yet. So, what is the vision for Grape? Grape's vision is as same as before, to become the multi-chain DeFi hub. But how will Grape Finance do this, you would ask? It would be done through our own lending and borrowing Vinium. But wait, there's more. There will be leveraged deal farming, there will be permissionless lending, and lastly, automated strategies. Now, what is automated strategies, you would ask? Automated strategies are where you stake your funds and the protocol pretty much does itself. This is something that was recently launched by Grape Finance. So, there might be possibility that we can see something similar in Grape Finance. You could say that through the Tom Fork model, Grape Finance had a very successful bootstrap phase. Now the protocol has resources and an awesome community to build for. Grape Finance is going to be a very serious DeFi service protocol which we can continue for years. This way we will move to real yield instead of inflationary tokens, and moving to real yield is the only way to go. That is all for Vinium. Let's move to the Winemaker for a bit. Tool supply has been adjusted, so I suggest you please take a look at it. The hydrometers are going crazy. As you can see, the prices have been updated for all the tools. A new tool is going to be coming very soon, which will require a new contract itself. A question was asked by our very valued community member Need Beef. The question was, will the vineyard farm for S vintage be boosted? LB in the AMA has said that the farm may be boosted again. There's already 25,000 TVL in the S vintage pool. Plus the APR is looking very juicy right now. So get staking. And as I previously mentioned, there has been no date set as of yet for the minting of the vintners. The problem is that the price of the minting has been set at 1.5x in the contract and it can't be adjusted right now. I'm sure LB will find some way to work around it. Let's talk about version 2 nodes for a bit because that is a hot topic. Some info was shared in the AMA regarding the version 2 nodes. People asked that will the migration be 1-to-1 ratio? The answer is yes, it will be 1-to-1 ratio. We don't know how much will the Grape Meme and the Grape Walrus nodes will cost, but the price for the Grape node will be the same as before, that is 50 grapes. Now if you are someone who has claimed more than you compounded, then our allocation in the pool will be less than those who compounded more than claimed. Regarding the penalty for claiming, there is no huge penalty, except a small penalty when you claim under peg. Again, it was shared in the AMA that the version 2 nodes might be similar to the wine press. Now, as you all know, the ticket system on the version 2 nodes will work on the share of the pool rather than the number of nodes you have. The calculation goes as follows: how many nodes you have times max return possible minus the amount of total claims. That will give you your share of the pool. Okay, so finally, there was one question in the AMA. It goes as follows: what does LB stand for? Now, some people may call him Lord Bacon, but I would like to propose that we call him Liquid Baby. Feel free to guess what LB stands for in the comment section. Okay, guys, that is all for this week's weekly update video. Thank you all for tuning in and catch you in the next recap. Take care and peace.